Hi all, in this video I'm going to talk about functional groups in general in organic chemistry. So the functional group on a molecule is the chemical reactive part of it. So it's the part that is able to participate in reactions. In alkenes, the functional group is the double bond between the carbon atoms. In alkynes, the triple bonds. In alkanol, it's the OH group known as the hydroxyl group. And in carboxylic acid, it is the COOH group. So functional groups are chemically reactive. Homologous series with functional groups will react the same in a similar way. Now the first one is alkanols. So alkanols are a family of what used to be called alcohols, and the first member in the series is methanol. So for each of these compounds, you need to be able to identify the functional group, be able to write and name the molecule and draw structures. And as we draw the condensed formula, you'll be able to notice what might be the trends in boiling points as the chain gets longer. Okay, let's start with methanol. So methanol has one carbon atom. The molecular formula of methanol is a single carbon surrounded by 3 hydrogen, one less hydrogen because we now have a functional group, which is the O connected to the carbon, and the other bond connected to a hydrogen, CH3OH. Now you could also write this as CH4O for methanol. The structural formula would be a central carbon surrounded by 3 hydrogens connected to an oxygen and bent connected to the oxygen connected to the 4th hydrogen atom. The hydroxyl group is here. So this part is reactive. And the condensed formula is CH3OH. Ethanol has got 2 carbon atoms. So the molecular formula would be C2H5, one less hydrogen, and then the functional group of OH. So drawing it out in a structural formula would be 2 carbon atoms connected with single bonds, surrounded by hydrogens, 2 more hydrogens, and oxygen, and then the hydrogen on the oxygen. The condensed formula is read as CH3, CH2, OH. So the carbon chain has now increased by a CH2 group. Now, propanol has 2 isomers. So these are 2 different layouts of propanol. Let us look at one propanol. So the one suggests or tells us that the functional group is on the N carbon. So either on the left end or the right end. So let's write that down. CH3, CH2. Oops, I forgot we're supposed to do the molecular formula. So which is C3H7OH. Let's draw it out. Structural formula, so C connected to a C, connected to a C, surrounded by hydrogens, and an OH on the N carbon. The condensed formula would read like this: CH3, CH2, CH2, then OH. 2-propanol, which is the second isomer, so let's write that down, isomers. Let's draw out the structure first. It's probably easier to do this, and then we can write out the molecular formula, this condensed formula. So, so it'll be C, C, and C, and the OH is on the second carbon. Now remember to draw the bond to the oxygen. So the condensed formula would be CH3CH, and the bracket with the OH in it, followed by CH3. Now the molecular formula is no different, still CH3, H7, OH. C3, H7OH. Okay, now you should go and complete the rest of the table for the other alkanol in this family, and move on to the next video, which is the functional group of carboxylic acid.